with like Clopen, with the booby traps in the hideaway in Hunchback. Like there are these booby traps in there, but like Clopen's like a remake of this hideaway with booby traps. But that doesn't necessarily like mean that he set them. Just like how you're born into a country and you're a citizen of that country by birth. There's all kinds of things in that country. There's a government in that country. There's royals in that country. There's like there's an infrastructure in that country that exists that is there to serve those people who, citizens of that country. So you were what, 3, 4 when Hunchback came out? 3 or 4? I think 3 actually. When Hunchback came out, that's why Clopen has those 3 bells on his neck because that's a symbol that's you. Just like Jasmine has the apple because that's like a clue that you would be able to recognize. Like I recognize that like with the mirror test. That's me. I was also a parrot, so like I know how to like parrot people, and I was able to do that from birth because babies can talk. People don't tell you that, but babies can talk. So like that was what was happening. Is like, they were just depicting me, and they were trying to say it was mummy dust, and it wasn't. And so like I think that was the whole point of that. But like so, Popan is in there in this place with these booby traps or whatever, in the hideaway with the booby traps, and you don't set booby traps. You don't set traps. And so I think that that's kind of why you like are in a place where like there are booby traps and things, and like a lot of the places you've gone to have booby traps and things like that, and like just have um mechanisms in general that you don't employ, that you don't build yourself. And so you were like, why are these things in like, so like just how Jasmine has all these things in her palace, and like Clopen has these booby traps in the hideaway, but like I think you have like waking up has to is realizing like, oh, like I was not aware that like even though like my people, my community, um, my hide, hive, like these people like have booby traps and things. So every time you go somewhere, you like go to a college or you like join an extracurricular or you are in the military or you like do a job or have a career path, like every time that happens, like there are going to be people like in the hideaway and there are going to be booby traps. So there are going to be like mechanisms in these places that you didn't actually set. But that's what it is. Even from birth, you are in a hideaway where there are booby traps. And so like Clopen is in that scene and it's possible that he doesn't necessarily know that that somebody set these booby traps. He might just be like, oh yeah, like I was born in this hideaway. And so like as you grow, you're like, oh yeah, like there are booby traps in my hideaway. I didn't set them. But like there are booby traps in my hideaway, just like there's a government in the country that you're born into. You just don't know that until you're like older. So like I think that that's what's happening right now is that it's like there are things in like my in the like in Sandcraft, like that is a game that someone built that was designed by me. But like I think that that was the whole point of that. So it's like I think throughout your life, since you pulled the sword out of the stone, people have been like adorning you with things, just like Iroh gave Zuko the crown that is to be worn by the crown prince. The crown season finale, December 14th. Tune in. Like I think that that's kind of what has been happening your whole life is that people have been like presenting you with these things that are probably yours, and like someone was taking advantage of that, like Jafar. That's why we saw Jafar, Ursula, Scar, Maleficent, and Magneto in the Wish trailer, because that's probably what's been happening in your life. And so like you aren't aware of that because like I think that that was what was happening is someone was probably trying to take advantage of the fact that you look like a little kid and no one would really believe that. And so, like, someone was probably maybe trying to steal your identity, like, and be like, oh, like, he does, like, no one's gonna believe that I look like a little boy. And so, like, somebody who, like, looks older than I am, or somebody who either looks older than me or who looks like they're actually 30 years old, might have been trying to steal my identity and being like, oh no, that person, like, that's not you. How could that be the person that you know because he looks like a little boy. because it's not normal that I look like this, but I do. And so like that was why I was when I was waiting for it because I had to upload everything and start talking to people. And like there's a river full of memory, just like Ariel gets her voice back. I was getting my memory back, and that's how people know that I'm the one. That was the whole point of that. So it's like people are talking to me and they're like, "Oh no, you were literally the exact person that I met. I thought you were a little boy though. I thought you were a little boy then, and I kind of think you're a little boy now, but I obviously know that you're not." Because you're the exact same person. It's not like it's not possible that you're just regurgitating things that you read about this person. It's like, no, it's very obviously the same person. You have memories that are all consolidated. You have the full, you have like a full atlas of these memories that like only you would be able to access. So it's like, I know it's actually you. It's just really weird that you look like a little kid. And like I think that that was also what was happening when I was in Lawrence, is that there were probably people who thought that they were like making out and like getting it on with a little boy. And like I was like and they probably because again, like I got tricked into doing these fake ID things. I got tricked into doing these fake ID things, which I don't know if that was like Alicia in a disguise. I don't know what that was, but like I got tricked into doing these fake ID things, and I think that was what was happening. Is that people in Lawrence probably thought that I was a little boy that was like disguised as like an adult because I wanted to like have sex with men or something. I was like, what? It's like, no, I like legitimately go to this school. Like, I was like, I am legitimately attending this school, like Pinocchio. Because again, like that was what happened. Is that it's like there were a lot of things that were happening that were super frustrating. But I was like, no, I am actually like 18 or 19 years old. I actually legitimately attend this school. And like I think that that was the whole point of what was happening in Big Hero 6 is that there were people who thought that I was a little kid. And I was like, no, I'm actually not. And then that's what happened. It's what's happening now is I'm 30 and I look exactly the same as I did then because I don't age. It's weird, but it's just not that big of a deal. And so like that was why I had to upload the saplings in the game because like I can have my molecules not grow. Like I can have my body not grow, but my brain is growing. Like I'm maturing. I'm a mature adult. I just am a mature adult who looks like a little boy. It's fine. But like I think that that's kind of what has been happening in my life is like people have been meeting me and then like people have been like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like having sex with this little boy." And I'm like, "No." It's like, "No, you're not. I'm an adult." And it's like that was what was happening. It's like, "Oh, it's actually just like what did he say? It's actually just some kind of midget or something." Like that's what he was saying. So it's like I think that that's what I just learned is that there were people who thought that I was a little kid. And like since I was like doing these fake ID things, that's what happens in the Age of Adeline. That's what that movie is about. It's this woman who's not aging. But then you see when you with the mists open, you see Runar attacking Agnar because that's what was actually happening. Like this Age of Adeline stuff. That's not really what it looked like because I'm not like this like tall woman. That was the whole point of the Enchanted Forest is that it was Agnar. And then I like that's why you see Agnar animated because I went to Lawrence. And then they made the film because like that was what actually happened. Like it wasn't all cutesy like Age of Adeline. But like I think that that's why that is important. Also, there's a car wreck in that movie because that's how she got frozen, quote unquote. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened. Someone's trying to fucking kill me. And someone's been trying to kill me, like in Big Hero 6 and Hercules. That's the whole point of these movies, is that somebody's trying to poison intelligent, like collegiate, college, university people because they were trying to attack elitism, like social elitism. That's what the conservatives are doing. It's garbage. But yeah, so like that's what was actually happening. But it is just really interesting because like there are these people who are meeting me and they're like, oh, I like hello, hi. Last time we spoke, I thought you were a little boy. Thought I was having sex with a child. I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But now you know that you weren't. So now you know that we're both the exact same age. So after the show, we're gonna go on a date. It'll be fine. After we secure the One World Trade Center, after I secure the One World Trade Center, we're gonna go on a date. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go back to university because I have more things to study and learn. I'm gonna build this architecture firm. I'm not like some religious convert. That didn't happen. None of that stuff is real. None of this is real at all. That's not what happened. I didn't turn coat. You thought I turned coat, but I didn't. So like that's what's happening. So like after we like resolve the situation, after we like put these religious people in prison, then we're gonna go on a date and we're gonna secure the One World Trade Center. We're gonna secure the Prosperity Architect Amendment. We're gonna leave this nation and we're gonna go on a date.